So starting this video off the back of the previous episode, and we've just finished doing all of our beehives for today. Another couple of levels. We are now level 43, which is very nice. That's going to be a curry tree, evil turnip, and also a small dino pen for raising frogs, which we'll cover that in a little bit. We do need to unlock Anachronia, but that is definitely on the list of unlocks, along with Dungeoneering Archaeology as well, which we will get to at some point. So the point of this is just to let you guys know that's what my farming is today and where we've finished up. In terms of what I'm going to do for the rest of today, I'm just going to go and concentrate on maybe a couple of the little mid quests. Again, I'll just sort of like jump into the end screen. And also as well, I've got some supplies to make some more clockwork and some stone wall segments, because I think at some point we are going to splurge quite a lot of money. Training methods very quick. Fletching is probably going to be one. Again, a lot of quest unlocks are linked to fletching. Also as well, maybe just getting some summoning charms from doing some fire making, so buying some logs to burn, which is really nice. Farming, we're going to buy some chinchompers to do that as well. And herblore, I'm sure we're going to throw some money on that. But we also got 32 mage from doing the troll invasion, which is actually more important than what it before to us as well, because that's going to be to create a gatestone in Demonheim, and then also to teleport as well. So when we eventually do get to Dungeoneering, to have the ability to make our own gatestone and also teleport there is going to be incredible, because it's going to save us so much time and so much pain as well. But play around farm is done for today. In terms of what else I've got to do, nothing really just quests, and just keep picking along on the quests. Because we're leveling stuff up and because we're progressing, we are slowly getting to a point where we're starting to unlock some of the bigger, better quests. We do have the base levels now to do Recipe for Disaster. We don't have the stats really to finish it, but this is going to be a whole episode designated just for that. Dragon Slayer at some point is going to be done over the next day or two, and it's just continuing to chip away at these quests, because they are going to be really big for the long run, really, and it's going to be one which hopefully shouldn't take us too long to do some of these quests. Like some of the ones which are listed as medium, I know from experience they're not going to be that big. So what I'll do is just throw up the finish screen, and then we'll keep going from there. Okay, so this is going to be like the post commentary of all the quests. Basically what I'm going to do is go on an absolute rampage with a lot of these quests, which are just going to give me some decent quest points. Not so big on the rewards, but I thought rather than having to like jump in all the time, I'll just be able to play it on the laptop, record the scenes, and then also go through the finish screen as well. So the first one we did was Pirate's Treasure, really easy one as well, and then we moved on to Gunnar's Ground. This one is the replacement of Romeo and Juliet in Runescape 3, and is a very big quest point one as well. Now, the goal here is to get towards that next milestone of 75 quest points, and then we have the ability to roll some dice. But also, a lot of these quests unlock bigger things in the future, whether it's by actually getting quest points, or it's just the first quest in a big storyline. So that's why I've targeted these, and again, I didn't want to make the videos or numerous videos just based on quests, and this is hopefully a way which can make it a little bit easier to cram these bits together, and just so you guys aren't constantly watching like quest rewards and stuff. But let me know in the comments what you think to this. Do you prefer a little bit of post commentary, just going over the different clips of the quests and also the reward screens as well, as opposed to how we were doing it before, where a lot of the episode was tied up to like finishing quests, talking through quests and stuff like that. I'm hoping this is a lot better. But again, I'm open to feedback, let me know. So, first one we do is Gunnar's Ground, and there's quite a long cutscene towards the end, which is what we're sort of playing through. But in between this, I was trying to do little things like just keeping the Grand Exchange fresh, but Gunnar's Ground, 5 quest points is pretty massive, and there's quite a few of those sort of free-to-play early quests, which are pretty much going to give me a full quest dice just by themselves. So after Gunnar's Ground, we're going to move on to some of the other bigger ones as well. In terms of lamps, at the minute, anything lamp-wise, I've still decided that agility is going to be the best one to sort of go on. Divination has had a few tweaks over the past sort of year or so, which make it quite enjoyable to train, and also more importantly, quite AFK as well. But there's 24 agility. Something in terms of the mini goal going forward is 25 agility, because that's going to unlock the Grand Tree. The Grand Tree is actually quite a big quest to get done, so 25 agility won't take us too long. We'll probably pick it up in different points. So the next one we went to go and do was Priest in Peril. This is only going to give us 1 quest point, but Priest in Peril is very big because it then kind of unlocks the Canathis, Mauritania storyline once followed up by Nature Spirit, which, guess what, we'll do Nature Spirit in this video as well. So Mauritania is a very strong storyline. It's quite extensive, it's quite long, the quests are a little bit brutal, but especially when you get to something like River of Blood, it's a very good quest for giving you tier 70 weapons. And the Mauritanian storyline is one of the more interesting ones in my opinion as well. I've always been a big fan of Mauritania and the elf ones really. The elf ones are a little bit brutal, but they're always good. Now, we mentioned earlier on that Gunnar's Ground was a very good quest for quest points. This one is also a very good one. This is going to be Ernest the Chicken. between Gunnar's Ground and Ernest the Chicken, that's 9 quest points we've got, probably in about 20 minutes. They're really not long quests, it's just sort of getting yourself to do them as well. And again, when it comes to quests you did a couple years ago, just completely ignore how long you think the quest is going to take, because I thought things like Ernest the Chicken and a lot of quests we did in these videos were going to take me multiple hours. I probably did all these sort of quests in about a 2-hour sort of segment. So we really dialed in, we got them out of the way, and these quests are just things just are nice just to get rid of and just to move and progress from there. Now the next quest, which is a big quest point one, is going to be Merlin's Crystal. That's going to be 6 quest points. And this is going to open up things like the Holy Grail, which is a nice one for defense XP, which we've just completed now. So from that, we got just over 15,000 defense XP and a nice amount of prayer as well. And this is why I didn't want to train my defense, because I knew at some point we would get a big jump of defense XP when we finally quested. But that's 31 defense. It's only the void stairs back, but it's going to give us so much more like damage buffering in terms of a quest now. We were getting a bit slapped up because we were only like 2 defense. But 31 defense just means we can have some better upgrades in terms of armors, and we're just a bit more steady here. Now in terms of the combat, I've still got other ones I want to do. The Grand Tree, Haunted Mine, Monkey Madness are going to be pretty massive in terms of like what it's going to give us in terms of levels. So I'm going to wait off combat training until we get those ticked off, get those out of the way. But the Holy Grail is another big one ticked off and moved on from there as well. Next up, I was trying to decide what I wanted to do next, because again, I've got so many options, so many things are there. The Dragon Slayer quest is kind of staring me in the face, thinking like, that's a lot of strength XP, it's a lot of combat XP. And what I'm probably going to do, in terms of like creating an episode, I quite like when episodes kind of flow together a little bit. So for us, the 3 combat quests I mentioned a little earlier, along with Dragon Slayer, will probably just be a nice quest episode where we're going to go and nail out all the big quests, and it's going to give us so much XP that I think we kind of move from low level to like entry mid level just from completing those quests. Because I think we'll sort of get to the high 50s, low 60s from just simply doing those quests and getting some massive progress as well. Those 4 quests unlock quite a lot of things. The Grand Tree opens up sort of like storyline, Monkey Madness, and the Dragon Slayer one as well. It's kind of a requirement for some of the big ones a little bit down the line as well. However, Nature Spirit is something which is going to unlock Mauritania, like we mentioned before. We're going to go and jump to Mauritania now and go get Nature Spirit done. This can also unlock the Fairy Tale quest as well, so the fairy rings, which are very, very handy at some point as well. So Nature Spirit is a really nice one, not too long to do either. And here we go, we are going to get that finished. Now, this is going to give us some crafting XP, some constitution XP, and some defense XP as well. But also a little money maker this will give us is the Silver Sickle. Now, the Silver Sickle is a bit of a weird one really, because I had to buy the one I needed for the quest for 28.8k, which is very expensive. I always thought that the Silver Sickle was 2 bars, but from hindsight now, I now know it's 1 silver bar to make Silver Sickle. So it's an incredible way to make some GP. So maybe a little later on, we'll buy that and we'll make some and throw some on the Grand Exchange. But we've got a couple of levels from there. 32 defense, really nice. It's not really going to get us the next tier of things, but again, it's more progress, which we're doing. And now we're sort of delving into that next level of higher tier quests. We are starting to get some decent rewards as well, which is really, really nice. Nature Spirit is a nice one to get ticked off. And with the Silver Sickle, you can go and make Mort Mire Fungus. Now, I don't think it's quite worth our time now, because Mort Mire Fungus is more beneficial when you've done the Mauritania Diary, because you have a chance of getting 2 rather than 1. But it's something that which we now have access to, and we can use down the line if we have the requirements. Now, the Mauritania Diary could be something which could be a little bit of a target going forward, because it makes you smith cannonballs twice as quick, you get more Mort Mire Fungus. It's something which I think will contribute a lot to the account and give us more access to different moneymakers going forward. Now I'm going to have a bit of a look at quests, because I'm only 1 quest point away from 75 quest points and the ability to go and roll another dice. So I'm just going to try and find something which is like relatively short, relatively easy, which is just going to go and give us 1 quest point. So yes, we've got things like the Haunted Mine, which we do need to go and get a little bit of agility XP for as well. But we do have the chance to move forward very, very soon in terms of some big quests, which is really, really nice. So just going to go and pick up a Silver Sickle mold, only because it's not in your tool belt automatically when you basically start your account. You just need to go buy it from the crafting shop southeast in Al Kharid, and just throwing it into your tool belt means we've got access for it as well, because at the minute, looking at the price we bought the Silver Sickles for, I think it'd be a very good moneymaker going forward. Now in terms of what we're going to go and do, I'm just going to have a bit of a browse through the quest list of what we want to do going forward. There's a couple of quests here which are going to be pretty decent going forward. The Lost Tribe accesses the Goblin quest, which is pretty decent. We have things like Elemental Workshop, which again is going to give us a pretty decent reward. 5k smithing and crafting for something which is relatively quick isn't that bad. But what I think we're going to end up going to do is the Dwarf Cannon quest, because the Dwarf Cannon quest is going to be quick, which is the most important thing really. Again, this might be a slightly shorter episode, but I wanted to get it done quick. But there's still quite a lot of quests we can do, which aren't going to take the most time in the world. So yes, we're going to try and tone down on the quests going forward a little bit, because again, I don't want it to be like quest after quest after quest in terms of the video. But they're so important to building an account out, so we'll make sure to include them as well. But Dwarf Cannon, I think, is what we're going to go for. So hopefully the next clip you guys will see is me progressing in Dwarf and hopefully completing it as well. So here we go, handing in the Dwarf Cannon quest. This is going to be our 75th quest point. So just today we have earned another Dice at Maze, which we'll go and do and start the episode with tomorrow. So that is going to be 1 quest point, 750 crafting XP, and the ability to smith some cannonballs, which could later down the line be a really good way to make some AFK cash. If we can go and get things like the double cannon mold and also the Mauritania legs, just so we can make more cannonballs quicker per hour as well. Now, as you can see by the stats, we have leveled some things as well. I'll probably have done a post commentary to go over it, but we did a few important things like the Holy Grail quest, which got us 32 defense, which is very, very nice. And just from doing Nature Spirit and going over the agility shortcut to get to the grotto, I've got 25 agility, which is pretty big for a couple of decent quests. Goes to Hoy, Grand Tree, Search of the Monarchy, Watchtower, and Wild Gothic Sleeps. All pretty big quests to be fair, especially Wild Gothic Sleeps, that's pretty massive. So hopefully tomorrow we can at least go and get the Grand Tree done, because that's going to give us a decent chunk of agility, so we can use different lamps, the Troll Invasion books on it as well, and also our penguin points onto agility, and also just gets us close to that Monkey Madness as well. I think with doing the Grand Tree, Monkey Madness, Haunted Mine, and I think there's another quest as well for some combat XP, we'll pretty much get the most value out of all the quests for training our combat, and then we can go and actually do a little bit of Slayer, and then focus on that as well. However, that's going to wrap up today. Tomorrow, I'm going to actually go and spend some cash and do some skills, because I think doing 75 quest points, that's a big chunk of quests we've done. Some easy levels will be really nice and beneficial to opening up some more quest storylines, because we'll need to do it eventually, and I think we've done a big portion of the low-level quest to get moving. I have also, as well, from doing the Nature Spirit quest, found a new moneymaker I want to try out. So what I've done is bought some silver bars, and the reason I've bought some silver bars is because I had to buy a silver sickle to do the Nature Spirit quest for 29k each. Now at the minute, silver bars, I've just bought 1,000 for about 2.3 mil, and a sickle does require 2 silver bars to make one, but that is some very good profit. That's looking like 24-ish k profit per sickle. I just want to see if they're going to sell quickly or if they're going to take their time to do it as well. So that's what I'm just going to do. Just going to do a small sample of about 100 just to test out how they are and whether they're worth doing. You do need to have completed Nature Spirit to be able to create silver sickles, but apart from that, it's quite low crafting requirements. So I'm just going to go and AFK a couple of invos, throw them on the Grand Exchange overnight and just see if they sell. If they sell quite consistently for 28k, it's going to be something I'm going to tie in with Stonewall Segments and the Clockworks just to do every now and then whenever like a small batch sells, I'll just make some more and make some profit from it. However, I'll report in tomorrow's episode if these sell overnight. I want to wrap it up there, but thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you're enjoying the content. I'm trying to make the quest a little bit more compact and a little bit more crammed in, just because these quests now are starting to slow how much in terms of rewards are going to give me, because they're quite low level quests. So I just want to show you guys what I'm doing, a little bit more condensed, just so we can make some more progress. And really, after we've done the next couple of big hitter combat quests, I think it's then time to go and delve in, do a bit of Slayer. But for next episode, we're going to buy some skills, we're going to do some skilling, we're going to bring the account total level up quite a bit, and we're going to go and test this brand new moneymaker. But I really hope you've enjoyed. If you've got any suggestions, drop in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.